Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. The mindset of a winner is not something you just stumble upon. It's built. It's earned every day, every decision, every step you take. Winners don't just wish for success, they create it. Let me break this down for you. Unwavering belief in yourself is the foundation of everything. When the world tells you no, when the doubters line up to question your every move, it's that inner belief that will keep you going. Listen, nobody knows what you're capable of better than you do. People will try to tell you your dreams are too big, too impossible, or too out of reach. But deep down inside, you know the truth. You know what you're capable of achieving. And if you truly believe in that, nothing can stop you. Now, belief in yourself isn't something that just happens overnight. It's earned, it's cultivated, it's developed through consistent action and the refusal to let fear or doubt control your life. Every time you stand tall in the face of adversity, that belief grows. Every time you rise above failure, it strengthens. Belief in yourself isn't some abstract concept. It's the result of the work you put in, the risks you take, and the sacrifices you make. But here's the thing, you've got to trust it. You've got to trust yourself even when the path isn't clear, even when the road ahead looks uncertain. When you walk into that room, when you take that step toward your goal, you have to have the confidence to know that you belong there. Even if others doubt you, even if the world tells you it can't be done, you have to say to yourself, I believe in me. You might not always get it right. There will be times when you stumble, times when things don't go the way you thought they would. But that doesn't mean you stop believing. It means you learn, adapt, and keep pushing forward with the same belief that got you started in the first place. And here's the real key. When you believe in yourself, others start to believe in you too. It's not about boasting or bragging, but when people see the fire, the conviction in your eyes, they can't help but recognize it. You start attracting opportunities. You start surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, and you start becoming the person who can achieve what they once thought was impossible. So believe in yourself unwaveringly, unconditionally. When you do that, you will find the strength to overcome anything life throws at you. You'll become unstoppable. It's that belief that fuels your drive, keeps you going, and gets you through when the going gets tough. Believe in yourself, and the world will have no choice but to recognize you. Let me tell you something. There's no substitute for hard work. You want to be great, you want to achieve something that others think is impossible, there's only one way to get there, and that's through relentless work. You've got to put in the time, the effort, the grind. It's not glamorous, it's not always easy, but that's the price of success. There's a difference between saying you want to succeed and actually putting in the work to make it happen. Anybody can talk about their dreams, their ambitions, their goals, but the winners are the ones who show up day after day, putting in the work when nobody's watching. The ones who are willing to sacrifice the comfort of today for the success of tomorrow. And make no mistake, success doesn't come overnight. It's built in the early mornings when everyone else is still asleep. It's built in the late nights when everyone else is winding down. It's built in those moments when you're tired, when you want to quit, when you feel like you've given it all you've got. That's when the winners rise. They don't give up and they don't make excuses. They keep pushing. When you're grinding, it doesn't matter if anyone notices. It doesn't matter if the recognition comes right away or if you're still working in the shadows. What matters is that you're doing the work. You're giving it everything you've got. You're laying the foundation for the success that's coming. And trust me, it's coming. But here's the thing. Relentless work isn't just about showing up physically. It's about showing up mentally, too. It's about being committed to excellence, pushing through the obstacles and never letting up. It's about working smarter, not just harder. You can't expect to get ahead if you're working in circles, doing the same things over and over without growing. You got to be strategic. You've got to learn. You've got to evolve. And when you're tired, when you feel like you can't take another step, that's when you dig deeper. That's when you find out what you're really made of. Winners don't stop because they're tired. They keep going because they understand that their dreams are on the other side of that fatigue. Every bit of effort you put in is a step closer to where you want to be. So if you want to be great, if you want to be the best, you've got to embrace the grind. You've got to be willing to put in the work when nobody else is. You've got to be relentless in your pursuit of excellence, because success doesn't come to those who wait for it. It comes to those who are willing to do whatever it takes to get there. So get to work. Don't wait for the right time, because the time is always now. Every moment you waste is a moment you could be one step closer to your dream. Hard work, relentless effort, that's the key. Keep pushing, keep grinding, never stop. You've got what it takes, just keep working. Fear is a powerful force. It can hold you back. It can make you doubt yourself, make you second guess your every decision. It can paralyze you, keep you in your comfort zone, and stop you from moving forward. But here's the truth. Fear is a liar. Fear will tell you that you're not good enough, that you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes. But that's only because fear knows if you push past it, you'll be unstoppable. You see, fear isn't something that just disappears. It doesn't just vanish once you reach a certain level of success or experience. Fear will always be there, lurking in the background. But the key to success isn't avoiding fear. It's learning how to move through it, how to face it head on, and how to keep going in spite of it. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who have never felt fear. No, the winners are the ones who have felt fear, who have been scared to take that next step, but did it anyway. They've walked into the unknown even when they didn't have all the answers, because they understood that fear was just a feeling. It's not an indication of what they can or can't do. It's just a challenge to be faced. The truth is, fear is a sign that you're about to do something important, something that matters. When fear shows up, it's because you're on the verge of growth. You're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's exactly where you need to be if you want to move forward. So, when fear comes knocking, don't back away. Don't shy away from it. Step toward it. Embrace it. The more you face fear, the easier it gets to push past it. Each time you move through fear, you build resilience, you build courage, and you start to realize that fear doesn't control you. It's just a part of the process. It's there to test you, to see if you're really ready for what you say you want. But if you're willing to face it, if you're willing to take the leap, you'll find that you have the strength to overcome it every single time. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's not. There will be moments when fear feels overwhelming, when it feels like it's too much to handle. But in those moments, remember this: fear only has power over you if you let it. Fear thrives in the dark, in the unknown. But the more you shine the light on it, the more you expose it for what it is, just a feeling, just an obstacle that you have the power to overcome. So don't let fear stop you. Don't let it hold you back from chasing your dreams, from taking that next step. Don't let it convince you that you're not ready. The only way to grow is to push through it. The only way to move forward is to acknowledge the fear, face it, and keep moving. Because when you do, when you stand strong in the face of fear, you become. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is the decision to move forward in spite of fear. So don't wait for the fear to disappear. Don't wait for the perfect moment. You've got to act now. You've got to make the choice to push past that fear and keep going, no matter how daunting it seems. Because once you do, once you face fear and move through it, you'll see that there's nothing you can't do. Fear doesn't define you, you define you. And when you push past fear, you unlock your true potential. Keep going, keep moving. Fear has no power over you unless you give it. So take control, conquer your fear, and become the person you were always meant to be. Failure is inevitable. It's a part of life. If you're trying to achieve something big, something that matters, you're going to fail. There's no way around it. You're going to miss the mark. You're going to stumble. You're going to face setbacks. But here's the thing. Failure doesn't define you. It never has, and it never will. What defines you is how you respond to it. The winners, the real winners, are the ones who understand that failure isn't the end of the road. It's just a detour. It's just a lesson in the making. When you fail, when life knocks you down, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to think that maybe you're not cut out for this, that maybe this dream is too big, that you've tried your best and still come up short. But that's the trap. That's where most people stop. That's where most people quit. But not you, not the winner. The winner understands that failure is just part of the process. It's not a reason to quit. It's a reason to get back up and try again. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become better. You can't be afraid of failing, because with every failure comes knowledge. It teaches you what works and what doesn't, what to do and what to avoid next time. And if you don't learn from your failures, if you don't take the lessons they offer, then you're missing the point. Failure isn't the enemy, it's the greatest teacher you'll ever have. And if you learn how to embrace it, if you learn how to fail forward, you're going to be unstoppable. But resilience, real resilience, comes from within. It comes from the decision to get back up, no matter how many times life knocks you down. It comes from that refusal to let failure define you. It's about understanding that falling down isn't what matters. It's how you get back up. It's about the strength to rise again, stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. There's power in persistence. There's power in refusing to let failure break you. Winners understand that failure is temporary. It's not permanent unless you allow it to be. Yeah. It's the courage to keep moving forward when everything inside you is screaming to give up. It's the belief that the next attempt will be the one that pushes you closer to your goal. And when you keep going, when you keep fighting, when you keep pushing through the failure, that's when success finds you. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about how you handle it. The world will try to tell you that failure is a sign you're not meant for success. It'll tell you to quit, to give up, to walk away from your dreams. But the winners are the ones who turn their failures into fuel. They don't let the fear of failure stop them. They let it drive them. Because they know that the only true failure is quitting. As long as you keep moving, as long as you keep fighting, you haven't failed. Resilience is the ability to look failure in the eye, learn from it, and keep moving forward with even more determination than before. It's the belief that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again. And when you do, you'll be better than you were before. You'll be stronger, you'll be wiser, you'll be more equipped for the challenge. So when failure comes, and it will come, don't let it break you. Don't let it define you. Learn from it, grow from it, and keep moving forward, because the true winner is the one who refuses to give up. The true winner knows that failure is just a stepping stone on the way to success. And every time you get back up, every time you face failure with resilience and strength, you get one step closer to achieving your dreams. Keep going, keep fighting, because you're gonna make it. Failure is not the end, it's the beginning of your comeback. And the comeback is always stronger than the setback. Let me tell you something. If you want to succeed, if you want to rise above the noise and the distractions of this world, you've got to stay focused. And not just on the little things, not on the day-to-day struggles, but on the bigger picture. Too many people get caught up in the small stuff. They let the little problems, the minor setbacks, throw them off track. They get distracted by the drama, the noise, and the things that don't matter in the long run, but not you. You've got to keep your eyes on the prize. You've got to stay locked in on what really matters. See, it's easy to get distracted. Life throws a million things at you every single day. There are always going to be things that try to pull you away from your goals. People, problems, doubts, challenges, they're all going to come at you, and they're all going to try to take you off course. But the winners, the ones who make it, are the ones who don't let those distractions get to them. They don't let them become below your parrot. They don't let them get in your way. And when you lose your point of focus, your point of rates, they understand that the big wins come from staying focused, staying disciplined, and not allowing the small stuff to take up space in their minds. The bigger picture is what keeps you going when the going gets tough, when the road gets rough, when the obstacles seem insurmountable. You've got to remember why you started. You've got to remember what you're fighting for, what you're working towards. That's what keeps you motivated when everything else is falling apart. That's what pushes you to keep going when others would. When you stay focused on the bigger picture, everything else starts to feel like just a small challenge, a small hurdle to overcome on the way to something greater. The key is to keep your vision clear. Don't let your vision be clouded by temporary setbacks or short-term disappointments. Every time you face a challenge, remind yourself of what you're really after. Remind yourself of the reason you started this journey in the first place. Keep that vision in your mind at all times, whether you're at the top of your game or at rock bottom. When you can clearly see where you're going, when you have a strong sense of purpose, the day-to-day struggles won't feel like obstacles, they'll feel like stepping stones. A relentless focus on the bigger picture is about being patient. It's about understanding that success takes time and it won't always happen the way you expect. There will be twists, turns, and detours along the way. But if you stay focused on the end goal, you stay locked into that bigger vision, you'll keep pushing through no matter how long it takes. People will try to distract you. They'll tell you to take shortcuts. They'll tell you to go for the quick wins, the easy wins. But the winners know that the best things take time. The big things take effort. They take sacrifice. And you can't sacrifice your future just for the sake of temporary comfort. That bigger picture isn't just some vague dream. It's your blueprint for success. It's your map. It's the reason you get out of bed every day and do the work. It's what drives you when the world feels heavy and the challenges feel endless. You can't afford to lose sight of that. Stay connected to that vision. Keep your mind focused on the long-term goal, and the short-term struggles won't feel so daunting. Because here's the truth. When you're locked into that bigger picture, everything you do has purpose. Every decision, every action, every sacrifice becomes a part of the bigger plan. It's not about the small victories you see right now. It's about the legacy you're building for tomorrow. It's about where you're going, not where you've been. So no matter what happens, no matter how many distractions come your way, no matter how tough things get, stay focused on that bigger picture. Let that vision fuel you, guide you, and keep you moving forward. Because when you stay focused on what really matters, when you keep your eyes on the prize, there's nothing in this world that can stop you from achieving it. Keep your eyes ahead, stay disciplined, and don't let anything derail you. The bigger picture is where you're headed, and that's all that matters. Keep pushing, keep striving. The best is yet to come. So you've got to focus on the bigger picture. Keep your eye on the prize. Don't let anything or anyone derail your journey.